Hey, everyone. Those infections that just won't quit, like they set up camp in your system. Ugh, so annoying.
Yeah.
And we always turn to antibiotics, which is fine, but sometimes you want to try something different.
Right.
So today we're looking at this blog post, Top 9 Proven Tips to Cure Stubborn Infections Naturally. It's from Prolific Healthy Inspirations. And we're going to explore some natural ways to kick those infections to the curb.
Yeah, the post starts with the author talking about their experience. They had these recurring infections
Oh,
and kept having to take antibiotics, but they were dealing with side effects, like digestive problems,
oh, wow.
and their immune system was kind of shot. A lot of people can relate to that. Looking for something besides antibiotics.
For sure. It makes you think, what if our bodies could just heal themselves?
Yeah. Yep.
Fight off those infections naturally.
Yeah, and that's where a strong immune system is key, like
Wow.
your body's own defense force, protecting you from those little buggers.
Mm.
And the blog post has some good tips on how to boost your immunity, starting with sleep.
Sleep. We always hear that, but why is it so important for fighting off infections? I mean, really?
Well, when you sleep, your body's like in repair mode. It produces these proteins called cytokines.
Cytokines.
Yeah, they're like little soldiers. They help control inflammation and fight off infections. But if you're not sleeping enough, those soldiers are tired. They can't do their job properly.
So you're more vulnerable.
Exactly.
So it's not just about feeling well rested, it's about giving your immune system time to power up and fight. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. The blog post also talks about eating lots of nutritious food, which I know we hear all the time, but it's not just about eating your broccoli right.
Right. It's about giving your body the right information through food. Like when we eat fruits, vegetables, lean protein, and healthy fats, we give our immune system what it needs to function.
Yeah.
Like vitamin C in citrus fruits. It helps your body make more white blood cells, your first line of defense.
Oh, so like giving your body the right tools.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. Let's talk stress. I mean, everyone deals with stress, but it can really mess with your immune system.
Absolutely. It's like your body is stuck in fight or flight mode
Yeah.
all the time, and that drains your energy, weakens your defenses.
So what can we do about it?
Well, the blog post suggests things like meditation
Mm.
or deep breathing, even yoga. They all help manage stress and bring your immune system back into balance.
So it's not just about chilling out. It's about giving your immune system a fighting chance.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Now, the blog post gets into some natural remedies to use when you do get an infection, starting with herbs. Like, herbs have been used for medicine forever.
Right.
And the post talks about some heavy hitters, like garlic. It has this compound called allicin,
Right.
and it's really good at stopping bacteria and fungi from growing.
It's like a natural antibiotic.
Oh, that's why people say garlic's good for you. What about ginger?
Mhm.
I love ginger in my tea when I'm feeling sick.
Oh, yeah. Ginger is great for that. It's a powerful anti-inflammatory and antiviral. The gingerls in it help reduce that inflammation and can even fight off some of those respiratory viruses.
Wow, so it's not just a tasty tea. It's like a secret weapon.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. The post also mentions turmeric, which seems to be everywhere these days.
Oh, yeah.
What's the deal with turmeric?
Well, turmeric has curcumin. And curcumin is amazing. It basically blocks a pathway in your body that causes inflammation and pain, so it can really help with infections.
So it's not just a trendy spice. There's actual science behind it.
Right.
Cool. Okay, what about echinacea and elderberry? People always say those are good for colds and flu.
Yeah, echinacea seems to boost your immune system and maybe shorten how long you're sick with a cold or flu.
Oh, wow.
Activate some of your immune cells. And then elderberry is full of antioxidants, so it protects your cells from damage and might make respiratory infections less severe and not last as long.
It's amazing how powerful these natural things can be.
Ah.
But I guess there are things to watch out for too, right?
Oh, for sure. Even though these herbs have been used for ages, we need more research to know exactly how they work and what the risks might be and how they interact with other things. You should always do your research and talk to your doctor or an herbalist and use them responsibly.
That's really good advice. Now, it's not just herbs that can help us naturally. The blog post also mentions essential oils, those plant extracts that everyone's talking about.
Yeah. Essential oils are super concentrated and have a lot of therapeutic benefits. The post specifically mentions tea tree oil, oregano oil, and lavender.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
What makes those oils so good at fighting infections?
Well, tea tree oil is known for its antibacterial and antifungal properties, so people use it for skin infections. Oregano oil has compounds like carvacrol and thymol, and those are really good at fighting microbes. They can give your immune system a boost. And lavender oil is more for calming and relaxation.
Right.
It might not fight infections directly, but it can help you relax, get better sleep, and that helps your immune system.
So it's like aromatherapy for your immune system. But with essential oils, you have to be careful too,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. They're super potent, so you have to dilute them properly and use them carefully. It's always best to talk to an aromatherapist or a healthcare professional to make sure you're using them safely and effectively. Have you ever used essential oils?
Oh, yeah. I love lavender oil. I diffuse it in the evenings to relax and help me sleep. It's amazing how much it helps me wind down, just from something so simple.
It really is. Okay, let's move on to something that might surprise you when it comes to immunity. Gut health.
Gut health. Really? I never thought of that as being connected to fighting infections. Tell me more.
Well, your gut microbiome, all those trillions of bacteria living in your digestive system, they play a huge role in your overall health, including immunity.
Oh, wow.
Think of it as an ecosystem with good and bad bacteria always competing.
So like an internal battle. How does that affect our ability to fight infections?
When you have a balanced gut microbiome with plenty of diverse good bacteria, it actually strengthens your immune system. Those good bacteria help train your immune cells to fight better. And they improve your gut barrier function, making it harder for bad stuff to get through. And they even make substances that directly fight pathogens.
So a healthy gut is like having a well-trained army protecting you. That's so cool. What can we do to keep that army strong? According to the Post, I mean.
One important thing is eating foods with probiotics.
Probiotics. Okay, hold on. I've heard of probiotics, but can you remind me what they are and how they work?
Sure. Think of probiotics as reinforcements for the good bacteria in your gut.
Okay.
They help maintain that balance and keep the bad bacteria in check. They also stimulate antibody production and strengthen that gut lining, so it's harder for pathogens to get in.
Got it. So where can I find these gut-friendly reinforcements?
Fermented foods. Things like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi. People have been eating these foods for centuries, and they're loaded with good bacteria.
So it's not just about what you eat, but about creating a healthy environment in your gut.
Exactly.
Okay. The Post also mentions prebiotics.
Ah, yes. Prebiotics are like food for probiotics. They're types of fiber that help the good bacteria thrive and multiply.
So we're feeding the good guys. What kind of foods have these prebiotics?
Lots of fruits and veggies. And whole grains. Things like asparagus, bananas, onions, garlic, leeks, oats, barley. You name it.
So it comes back to eating healthy, getting enough fiber. What about the foods we should avoid? Does the Post mention any bad guys?
Yes, processed foods are a big no-no. They're often full of sugar, unhealthy fats, and artificial stuff. And that can really disrupt your gut balance and weaken your immune system.
So it's not just about adding the good stuff, it's also about cutting back on the bad.
You got it. It's about making your gut a welcoming place for those beneficial bacteria, which then helps your overall health and immunity.
This is all fascinating stuff. It's amazing how everything's connected in our bodies and how little changes can make a big difference. But we're going to have to take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll continue exploring natural ways to fight infections with more tips from prolific, healthy inspirations. So stay tuned.
Welcome back. So we've been talking about all these great natural ways to fight off those pesky infections, and I'm excited to keep digging into this blog post, Prolific Healthy Inspirations.
Yeah.
They really emphasize that natural healing isn't just about remedies. It's about a whole lifestyle change.
Right. It's about looking at the big picture, taking care of your overall well-being.
Yeah. And sometimes it's the simple things that make the biggest difference, like staying hydrated.
Oh, absolutely.
But I mean, we all know we need to drink water, but how does that help us fight infections specifically?
Well, water is essential for so many things, like flushing out toxins and waste products from your body.
Oh, okay.
And if you're dehydrated, those toxins build up, and that puts stress on your immune system.
So it's like cleaning out your system. Exactly. Like imagine your body is a garden hose and the toxins or debris clogging it up.
Okay.
Water helps flush all that out and keeps everything flowing smoothly.
Makes sense. Okay. The Post also mentions sunlight, which I know is important for vitamin D. But how does that play a role in immunity?
Well, sunlight allows your body to produce vitamin D, and vitamin D is really important for immune function. It helps your body produce antimicrobial peptides. They're like natural antibiotics that target and destroy pathogens. And actually, some studies show that if you don't get enough vitamin D, you might be more likely to get infections.
So getting some sun isn't just about getting a tan, it's about boosting your defenses.
Exactly. Of course, you need to be safe and use sunscreen.
Right, of course. Okay, what else is on the blog's list for holistic health?
Good hygiene,
Oh, yeah.
which might seem obvious, but it's good to remember why it's so important.
Yeah, I'll admit I don't always wash my hands as often as I should when I'm busy, but it's more than just being clean, right?
Right. It's really your first line of defense against infection. Think about all the things you touch throughout the day. Doorknobs, keyboards, your phone. They're covered in germs.
Ugh.
So washing your hands regularly, especially before you eat, after using the bathroom, and after being out in public, helps get rid of those germs before they can get inside you.
So you're creating a barrier between yourself and those little invaders.
Exactly. And cleaning surfaces regularly,
Hmm.
especially in areas with lots of people, that can also really reduce the spread of infection.
Right, makes sense. So it's about being aware of your environment and trying to minimize exposure to those germs. Okay, we've talked about hydration, sunlight, hygiene, and earlier we talked about stress and its impact on the immune system. Does the blog post have any other tips for managing stress?
Yeah, it talks about incorporating relaxation techniques into your routine.
Like what kind of techniques?
Things like meditation, deep breathing exercises, yoga, they can calm your nervous system, lower cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone, and just help you feel more balanced. And don't forget about doing things you enjoy. Reading, listening to music, spending time outdoors, hobbies.
Oh, yeah.
Those things give you a break from stress and help you recharge.
It's a good reminder that self-care is important. It's not selfish. It's actually crucial for a healthy immune system. Okay, the blog post also mentions rest again.
Right. Sleep is so essential for a healthy immune system. When you sleep, your body repairs itself and makes those cytokines we talked about.
So it's like hitting the reset button for your body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we've covered a lot. Boosting immunity, using herbs and essential oils, improving gut health, and just taking a holistic approach to your lifestyle. It's like a whole toolkit for fighting infections naturally.
It is.
Yeah.
And remember, these things work best when you make them a part of your everyday life. It's not just about knowing the tips. It's about putting them into practice, making those small changes that add up over time. This whole deep dive has really reminded me that we have more control over our health than we think.
I agree. Natural healing is about actively taking care of yourself, not just waiting for something to happen.
It's about taking charge of your health and supporting your body's natural ability to heal. So before we move on to the last part of our deep dive, I have a question for our listeners. What's one small change you can make today to boost your immune system and take a more holistic approach to your health? Stay tuned for more from prolific healthy inspirations as we wrap up this episode of the Deep Dive. And we're back, still diving deep into natural ways to deal with those stubborn infections. I'm feeling pretty inspired to take charge of my health.
Yeah, it's a good feeling, right? Knowing
Yeah.
you have all these tools to help your body heal itself.
It is. One thing that really stood out to me in this blog post was how the author talked about their own experience, dealing with all those recurring infections and always having to rely on antibiotics until they found these natural methods.
It makes it so much more relatable, right?
Yeah. It's like someone saying, hey, I went through this too, and here's what worked for me. But it also makes me wonder, does this mean we should forget about conventional medicine altogether?
That's a great question. And it's not a simple answer.
Right.
While natural remedies can be super helpful, they don't always replace conventional medicine, especially if it's something serious.
So it's not like one or the other.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance and talking to your doctor to figure out what's best for you.
Like a team effort.
Right. Natural remedies can work alongside conventional treatments and support your overall health. But you got to keep your doctor in the loop.
Communication is key.
For sure. And remember, the more you know about your body and the natural world, the better choices you can make for your health.
That's so true. This deep dive has been a great reminder. The healing is about more than just treating symptoms. It's about getting to the root of the problem and taking care of your whole self.
It really is. It's about living a lifestyle that prioritizes good food, movement, stress management, and connection to yourself, to nature, and to those ancient healing traditions.
I love that. So as we wrap up today, I want to leave you with one last thought. Imagine a world where we think about health differently, not from a place of fear, but from a place of empowerment, where we see our bodies as these amazing self-healing machines capable of so much. What can you do today to start living that way?
Every little change you make, every choice you make, it all adds up. So keep learning, keep exploring, and keep taking care of yourself.
Well said. And that's a wrap on this deep dive into natural remedies for stubborn infections. We hope you learned a thing or two and feel inspired to take a more holistic approach to your health. Until next time, stay curious and keep